Hello, everyone. Welcome back. And today we'll talk about the sexual harassment prevention training for all of our employees. And this is very useful before you come to join the company that you understand this training. Now, with that said, welcome to the training. Excuse me. So, in terms of the agenda, what we want to do is define what sexual harassment is, look at the legal frameworks in Nigeria, the effect of sexual harassment prevention strategies, reporting sexual harassment, bystander intervention, and creating a respectful workplace, and then we would conclude. So, in terms of definition, this presentation will provide information on how to recognize sexual harassment and reviews our company policy and procedures in terms of responding and reporting sexual concerns. And the reason why we want you to know this before you join us is we want you to be empowered so that we can root out this from society. So what is that? What is it? It's unwelcome sexual advances, requests for sexual favors, and other verbal or physical conduct of sexual nature that creates a hostile or offensive work environment. What are the types? Could be verbal, meaning sexual comments, jokes, insults, or threats. It could be physical, unwanted touching, grabbing, or assault. It could be visual, meaning displaying sexual, aggressive, suggestive images or objects. Electronic, sending sexually suggestive emails, texts, social media messages. Harassment can be direct or indirect, so overhead remarks or shared images. Now, unwelcome behavior is the key factor. What matters is how it's received and not just how it was intended. What is sexual harassment? There's two forms of sexual harassment are quid pro quo, which Latin means this for that or something for something. I think in Nigeria you say you scratch my back, I scratch your back. The other one type is a hostile environment. And so what is sexual harassment? Quid pro quo is tangible employment action against the victim. And so it involves monetary loss or change in job. An example is Yvette receives a smaller performance-based bonus pay increase than other employees with similar performance because she refused to go on a date with her supervisor, Marcus. So that's an example of quid pro quo. Now, the other example is a hostile environment. Speech or conduct that is severe or pervasive enough to create an abusive or hostile environment, work environment. Example, Max is leering at and intentionally brushing against Vanessa. What is sexual harassment? So let's look at hostile environment in a bit more. In addition to speech or conduct, it covers, of course, explicit or suggestive items that are email, text, electronically provided or displayed in the workplace that interfere with, work performance or that create an abusive or hostile workplace. Example, if Maria texts and instant messages her co-workers with sexually explicit jokes and pictures. Now, who can commit this? So employees at all levels, customers or vendors, it's important to be aware of this, in our type of business. Members of the same sex or opposite sex. So there's no, particular person that can do this. It can come from anyone. So it can come from employees, it can come from vendors, it can come from customers. Who can be a victim? Individuals targeted by actions or statements. Bystanders or witnesses not directly targeted. Excuse me. Why is it important to prevent this? It harms us all. It's our corporate value to ensure that everyone is treated with dignity and respect. Engaging or condoning or non-reporting this is in direct conflict with our values. And we want to remain in compliance, of course, with the rules and civil acts that prohibit sexual discrimination, and also, of course, similar state and civil laws in terms of where our business is based in, Nasarawa state of Nigeria. So these are some of the legal frameworks. So if you look at it at the national level, you have the Constitution of Nigeria, 1999 Constitution. You have the criminal and penal codes. You have violence against persons, and you have, national gender policy. So in the states, you have the penal code, and it criminalizes against assault, indecent assault, and as that would constitute sexual harassment. And of course, workplace policies, like in our business, we have a workplace sexual harassment, sexual discrimination policy in place, and of course, domestication of vape act. So that's some of the legal frameworks at the state level. In terms of enforcement and reporting, of course, the Nigerian police, courts, the National Human Rights Commission, Ministry of Justice, and alternative dispute resolutions. However, like I said, we have an internal process that would investigate every reported case of sexual discrimination, sexual violence, and sexual harassment. So a few things to consider that has made this maybe a bit unclear is a bit of lack of clarity, but that's why we're doing this training. The things we've mentioned here constitute sexual harassment, and that's not going to be tolerated in our business. Sometimes it's cultural barriers. However, we want to encourage everyone doing this training to report what they see. So see it, say it, and we will sort it out. We have policies and procedures in place. We have a company lawyer that would support you if that's needed. And in terms of key takeaways, I like people to be aware of the federal laws, the state laws, our policies, and of course, if you need legal advice. What are the effects? It causes psychological stress, anxiety, depression, low self-esteem, physical, sleep disturbances, headaches, digestive problem, professional, it reduces productivity, miss work, job loss, and socially it can damage relationship and cause isolation. So what is your responsibility? Know and comply, report, cooperate, and support the process. So we have clear policies in place. We're training you right now. We'd like to encourage open report. Confidentiality is guaranteed every time you report this, and we have things in place for prompt response. And of course, disciplinary action within our structure is to directly terminate anyone's employment that is found guilty of this, involve the relevant authorities. So there are various ways we encourage reporting. So report to us internally, and externally there are various options of reporting, and there are resources as well. So what can you do as a bystander? Recognize, intervene, and support. Yeah? And so these are the three things you can do. You recognize, you speak up, and you support. So what we do is, in terms of creating a respectful work environment, is we promote diversity and inclusion, and lead by example, and of course we have zero tolerance, like I've said before. So just to reiterate, the importance of this, we want to encourage employees to report incidents and seek support, and of course promote a safe working environment. So finally, this is a basic framework. For some of you, do share, within the chat examples that you know of that's happened, so that people can learn from it. Now, information is accurate, and please provide. You can contact us, of course, through the contact email, or by just responding, commenting on YouTube. So just a disclaimer: this is general knowledge and for educational purposes only. Consult with legal professionals for specific guidance on Nigerian laws and regulation regarding workplace sexual harassment. Do not forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment with your location, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for listening.